Hey everyone, how's it going? It's VR Jogi with another little explainer video. And in this explainer video, I will attempt to show what is the regenerative sphere. And if you don't find your group in this display, then don't be mad. I know there's more groups, but yeah, so regenerative sphere, people will challenge me on that. They will ask me, hey, why do you include these guys? It's the regenerative sphere is, in my own definition, is like the people who rebel against the status quo and they want to change something really fundamental that would make us more of like a less resource and space wasting kind of species, or yeah. And I have three axes here, okay? I have freedom, okay? I have how evil are they, and then I have the money. And you can see here by the arrows, so it goes from 0 evil to max evil, infinitely evil, and with the money I have the arrow here because, yeah, that's the base down here. Yeah, let's jump right in, right? So I put here, for example, the anti-vaxxers are not that evil, I feel, even though some people might think they're quite evil. They're not very free. They usually have families, and they're not that rich. They're like middle class. And I have here the indigenous, who are kind of poor, not that free, and not that evil. But then you go here on this evil axis, and you get here to the more evil, like evil poor down here. Then here, rich and quite evil. Get the preppers. It's interesting, all these people here, all of this here, that's like the right wing, right? Those are like, yeah, the people who are like fighting the order from the right. And then down here, that's kind of like us, right? Is the ethno-punks, hippies, gypsies. You got a bunch of green angels, the artesanos, the impact influencers, the rainbows, obviously. So this cloud here, it's kind of like us here, and the impact's like the real regenerative sphere, right? The new paradigm sphere. And yeah, let's disappear that again. Controllers are again acting up. And what do we have back here? So here we have like the more militant kind of crazy, hackers, eco-terrorists, cyber, truthers, narcs. Yeah, this is like pirates, gangs, slumdogs. Yeah, we have a little bit of a digital cluster over here. Hackers, truthers, digital nomads, and the impact influencers. So there's like a little bit of a digital cluster. And then like our reproductive potential is towards here. These are like the demographies that are like most reproductive, right? They have the most kind of kids. Yeah. And here's me basically, right? I'm a space holder. I'm a bit of a prepper in a way, like I'm down with the Occupy movement. I would say I'm like kind of like an activist. So here we have like a really activist kind of cluster. So you see here how these things kind of like fall on my axis. And yeah, what a beautiful sphere we have, right? So yeah, I would love to see everyone think of yourselves as part of a greater whole, and we can turn this thing around, okay? We don't have to do everything they tell us. We are not that powerless, especially if we understood just how many we are and how great we are together. But some of these, of course, might not get along, like you have, usually these guys like to say for themselves, they're kind of militant, they rub here with these guys, and, there's a lot of love and hate, between all of these groups in a way. Some of them kind of like belong together, they work together, you have the yoga, green angel, impact influencer, the ethnopunks, the hippies, gypsies, and the artesanos, kind of like cooperating, the rainbows, the digital nomads. So here we have a really interesting cluster form. The truthers are a little bit part of it. These guys tend to kind of like work together. Oops. Yeah, so beautiful, right? These guys here have like a cool agreement. The punks, the left, the pirates, the narcos are a little bit part of it. You know, they kind of like good connections with the really poor people. You know, the artists and designers, they're always also like, they do a little bit of anti-vaxxing, designers, permaculture, minority, indigenous, the rainbow tribe, you know, all of that belongs together. So if we understood just how all these movements kind of, you know, belong together, then we would start to understand kind of like, yeah, actually the minorities and the gangs should, yeah, that's a mean statement. You know, I don't mean it that way. You know how it is sometimes, you know, just gotta connect the dots a little bit and make sure that you kind of, they're not always aggressive. I should probably have a minority A type and a minority B type or something, and that would be like somewhere over here maybe more. And there's a lot of prejudice, a lot of drawer opening and closing, but you know, that's what I gotta do, you know, if I'm planning, and gotta plan for realism, gotta, you know, gotta go out there and gotta know what it's good for. You gotta know what it's good for, man. And this is VR Jogi explaining how is the regenerative sphere according to my own definition. Like and subscribe. Good stuff, good stuff.